Sunday again?
It's fucking Sunday! Woohoo! The day before everybody's favorite day.
Yeah, you got the Sunday scaries?
Oh, shit, I fucking hate Mondays. Mondays are the worst.
They are.
And I'm not trying to sound like Garfield or fucking anything like that.
But you don't like Mondays, and you like lasagna, right?
I love me some lasagna. Give me some of that 15-layer lasagna from the Spaghetti Warehouse. Fuck yeah, where they use the old Italian sausage from the night before. And all those loaves of sourdough bread that you do not consume become breadcrumbs for the aforementioned lasagna.
Did they take it out of people's plates?
Oh, yeah. Now, it's not as bad as, like, half-eaten. Oh, shit. We are Jason. You're Jason. I'm Troy. We're on live from the Joel Farquhar Barry Manor.
You did Barry Manilow again.
No, Barry Manor. Barry Center Studios, live from the Barry Center Studios in Dayton, Ohio.
Your source for ADHD content and drop tangents. Boom! We got it.
It's part of the charm.
Fuck yeah! Okay, so I asked Christina, and I was like, hey, should I give us cue cards? And Christina's like, absolutely not, because that is the charm.
We are all about charm. Charming you guys.
So, speaking of Christina, this week, Christina was like, hey, can I go get a shake? Or she's like, she wanted a milkshake.
Yeah, but I did milkshakes with my wife this week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, did any boys end up in your yard?
No, we didn't have milkshakes at home to bring boys to the yard. We relocated to keep those boys out of said yard.
Right on. Okay. So anyway, we were in line and I saw this sign that said banana boats. Banana boats. And
like the sunscreen?
No. And I looked over and I was like, what does that make you think of? And Christina's like, I don't know, banana boats? And I was like, you know what it makes me think of? And Christina looked me dead in the eye and said, double Dutch rudders.
Was she right?
Oh, no, did not make me think of double Dutch rudders.
You act like that's strange. You thinking about a double Dutch rudder because somebody said banana boat is not too far off the mark.
No, it made me think of the Banana Boat song, which is...
Yeah, you put the lime in the coconut?
No, Deo. Deo by Harry...
Deo! Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
by Harry Belafonte. It's called the Banana Boat song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean... so...
Lime in the coconut?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I thinking?
I don't know. That's on the Reservoir Dogs soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure it stands on its own, but it wasn't part of that soundtrack.
Yeah, and the double Dutch rudder came out of such nowhere, and struck me as such. It tickled me in such a way that I laughed loud, like almost not able to stand up, laugh loud.
Oh.
And some lady.
A debilitating laugh.
A debilitating laugh. Yes, it was like she hexed me with a laughing curse. And
Hextina.
Yeah, and it was of such ferocity, this laugh that this comment made, that some woman thought that I was laughing at her at something amusing that she had done out of camera.
Okay.
And she's like, "Are you laughing because of what I did?" I was like, "Nope."
Nope. Not your moment. Nope, you can fuck off with all that shit. You're not interjecting yourself in my humor.
No, this is my funny.
Yeah, this is my funny.
Well, it's my wife's funny, but it's still it was my world.
Yeah, we had milkshakes this week. Yeah, we every once in a while we'll hit up Steak and Shake.
Yeah, she wanted a Oreo milkshake.
Steak and Shake's got a good one.
Yeah, and
they got mint Oreo.
Oh yeah?
No.
And
wives like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Did not know that. I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Remember that.
And the guy said we're out of Oreo ice cream. And Christina was like, "Can you just put Oreos in some vanilla ice cream?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Not the same. Not the same.
Is it like tea bags getting steeped in the ice cream?
Yes. It's like teabagging the ice cream.
That sounds cold.
Yes.
Speaking of I understand you've been playing a new video game.
Oh my goodness, have I ever been playing a new video game?
Tell me how it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with the Xbox exclusive game called Avowed, I highly recommend checking it out. If you have a PlayStation, this finger goes in and this one comes out because you can't play it!
But you don't have to take his word for it.
No, oh man, it is, it's an action RPG like Baldur's Gate 2.
So like Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Yes,
Because if you're saying Baldur's Gate, people are going to think of it's turn-based.
D&D.
Yeah,
It's not turn-based.
Yeah.
It's an action RPG. So yeah, Dark Alliance. You take Dark Alliance and you go ahead and grab the map from Far Cry and go. You do that too. And it's just all over the place. I love it. I'm stumbling upon things that I'm supposed to be searching for, and I'm defeating Zarips, which are lizard people.
Fucking Zarips.
Zarips. Delimgans. I don't know. When they start talking, I keep hitting the A button because I
don't
know.
care. I just want to get to the action.
I just want to get to the action. I was very story driven in the beginning, but then I was like, this is taking for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the work that goes into it, and you guys did a good job. But this game, like, you know, I have a Call of Duty addiction.
I do.
That has been waning.
Yeah.
It's been waning, and now it's all but gone. Well, I haven't played this month, but that's not saying much because it's only the second day in.
Right.
But yeah, Avowed. If you're not familiar, get familiar.
Stein says it's good people. Avowed is good people.
Oh, it's so good. I know he plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit.
So, the other day, I think we mentioned that I had a friend in the hospital, and I was driving to go see him, and
Them. No names.
No names. Yeah, I was going to see them. Yeah, sorry, no names, no pronouns. Okay, so I was going to see them in the hospital, and Superman by R.E.M. came on. Are you familiar with that song?
Superman.
I am Superman.
This was not on the radio.
I think it was. It was one of the, it was early. It was pre End of the World as We Know It, and pre This One Goes Out to the one I love. It's like one of their real early.
Yeah, that sounds real early.
It's a deep cut.
Oh.
And
ooh, yeah.
And it's
R.E.M.
it's
deep
upbeat.
cut.
It's upbeat and jangly.
As some R.E.M. songs can be.
And I may have turned it up and started driving a little bit more erratic, maybe. Aggressively, yeah. And then I thought, man, it would be really suck if I fucking went deaf listening to R.E.M. That would be really embarrassing. So why are you deaf, kid? Well, why are you deaf, old man? I was listening to R.E.M. Wait,
no.
Well, first of all, what? What? I was listening to the R.E.Ms in my car, driving to be at my friend's side.
When you first wrote this down, I'm like, what R.E.M. song is called Deaf?
No, it was the embarrassment of listening to R.E.M. aloud. And
no, never be embarrassed by that.
Yeah?
Because that is, out of all the music I listen to, that is my safe space.
Yeah, R.E.M.?
R.E.M.'s my safe space. That's I can go back to that at any time, and everything's all right. Okay. Yeah, don't be embarrassed by going deaf by R.E.M.
Okay. Okay. I mean,
I thought maybe it was like a play on words because the rapid eye movement and going deaf.
No.
Or there was a song called "Deaf" by REM that I wasn't aware of. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't be embarrassed.
Okay. Well,
you're letting the gatekeepers win.
I am letting the gatekeepers win, and the gatekeeper's right here.
Yeah. That fucker will get you.
He will. Ah, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Neil Cassidy.
Oh, we can talk about that. Okay, so I guess I was thinking this week, like, is this presentation of our lives and little snippets of stories from our past, which we'll get to after we muse on this for a little bit.
Yes.
So is this art, right? Are we doing some kind of performance art, or are we doing something like thanks. Dustin says I can't be embarrassed. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you. But is this art? Is this kind of like a Henry Rollins? And I'm not saying we're like Henry Rollins at all, because he does a way better job of doing anything.
Oh yeah, well he's got. Well, no, you're good at setting up and delivering. I'm just good at stumbling into it.
It's a snare.
You've snared me a couple of times.
But like, is this a form of art? And then I thought, On the Road by Jack Kerouac. So that was basically, he lived a fucked up life. It wasn't a fucked up life. He had a lot of fun. And
he lived a life.
He lived a life, and then 10 years later, he was like, you know what, I should write that shit down. And he got on some stimulants and put some real long sheets of paper in his typewriter and just went. So basically, we're doing something, I would say, that's similar, but not probably as arty as On the Road.
Well, On the Road's arty because it was accepted as such.
Yeah.
We're in the beginning stages,
Yeah.
So people are going to stumble upon this years after we've done it, and they're going to study it, and
yeah, we won't get any views until we're dead.
Yeah. Posthumous recognition is recognition still, even though we're not there to enjoy it.
Yeah. And I was thinking, so...
But yeah, stream of consciousness. Yeah, this is totally what this is.
I was thinking, so the thing that drove On the Road forward, the plot-wise, was a lot of Neil Cassidy, a.k.a. Sal Paradise. And a lot of our stories revolve around our unspoken and begone third character in this, our friend Chad.
Yeah,
and
Chad.
He is definitely our Neil Cassidy. Sal Paradise, that drove a lot of the stories forward. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of stories around that guy.
Yeah. Bitchin' stuff.
Yeah, like Yellow Ledbetter.
Like Yellow Led. I don't think he was there that day, but you.
Oh no, he had to have been there.
No, he wasn't. He was not. It was Bryce, and maybe Matt. But I don't think
Matt lived upstairs.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, that wasn't him. No, it had to have been Chad.
How about we not argue about it? We tell the story, and then we get back to it.
Okay. So
we had a St. Patrick's Day party once upon a time that took place on the 17th. Actually, no, it wasn't on. That was St. Patrick's Day. So anyway,
this is the ADHD content that we talked about.
So we had a St. Patrick's Day party, and it was huge. It was probably the biggest party we threw in the latter half of our lives.
Okay.
There were a lot of people there. And we had some neighbors that we found out later on in the story. The upstairs neighbor was our landlord's brother, who was a jackass, and his baby mama who lived with him, who was fucking crazy. They had this relationship where, and I think that maybe he realized far too late that he was in too deep. And she didn't like him, but they had a baby together, so she was trying to make the best of it. And apparently they lived at another place, and one time she had gotten mad at our landlord's brother and taken a serrated knife and slashed her arm. Did you know that story?
No.
Yeah, she was fucking crazy.
He's like, I'm gonna hurt me.
Right, and they would fight, and we would sit down in the basement because we could hear it better, and we would record their fights, and it was fun stuff. So she liked to listen to music very, very loud upstairs, and we found the epicenter of where the radio was.
Right in the corner.
In the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was listening to the song "Yellow Ledbetter" by Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
And as you know, there are no lyrics to "Yellow Ledbetter."
Oh, there are lyrics. You just don't know what they are.
So imagine you're listening to "Yellow Ledbetter," and 25 to 31-year-old men crowd around underneath your stereo and begin crooning along with Eddie Vedder.
Yes. That memory.
Yeah.
I really think it was just us three.
No, there was 5 people there.
Well,
Chad may have been there. It was Bryce. Bryce was there. You, me, Bryce, possibly Chad, and somebody else. May have been Matt.
it couldn't have been Matt because Matt lived upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't part of the equation till he moved into upstairs.
Oh, yeah. But he was at the party.
We were cool.
Okay, fine.
Fuck.
So, along the lines of story time, I want you to tell me about the time that you had to escape from the Fox and the Hound.
I escaped from the Fox and Hound, so there it was.
What is the Fox and the Hound?
That's really bothering me.
Yeah.
I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Fox and Hound was a dining establishment / chachi hangout in Centerville.
Yeah, and it was called the Fox and the Hound because it was supposed to be upscale.
Upscale, British,
Yeah.
if you will. They had a bunch of taps of beer. I cooked there. Yeah, it was a job.
It was a job.
But I think your rendition of it would be better because mine's just one of escape. Yours is one of redemption.
So were we living together at the time? Was this when we were? Was it before we lived together?
It was before.
Okay, and it was Pat and Greg and I went to the Fox and the Hound,
Yes.
and we were in Greg's Jeep, or not Pat's Jeep. We were in Pat's Jeep.
Pat's Jeep.
Pat's Jeep, and you were like, "Man, this place really sucks." And I was like,
As I was working.
Yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm sure that it does. I worked in the kitchen for 3 months," and I said, "Never again." I've worked some shitty jobs. I worked third shift at Cub. I stocked shelves third shift. That was the worst job I ever had. Third shift sucks.
Cup food's great though.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah, and so you were like, "Hey, I think I want to leave," and I was like, "But is your shift up?" And he was like, "No, that's the beauty." Troy said, "That's the beauty of it. My shift isn't up." He was like, and I was like, "Pat, can we take Troy?" And Pat was like, "Why not?" So you were like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up an escape. I'm gonna say that I'm going to smoke a cigarette, and you're gonna pick me up out back, and we're gonna drive off." So
it saves lives.
It does.
It really does.
So Troy, true to his word, he took a smoke break
Took him some.
and he went out back, and we drove out back, and there he was, smoking out by the tomato crates, smoking a cigarette,
The tomato crates.
and Eddie hopped, and away we drove.
Yeah, fuck that job, man. That was like, and I worked there like twice.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they hired me back after that.
You know what's funny? It's funny. It's like you were a little bit erratic, right? A little bit erratic, right? And I think that you've gone back to places you've quit a couple times, right?
Yeah.
So Neil Cassidy, our deceased third member of our group, Chad, he must have been so good at doing his job when he was there that they would hire him back so many times. And that motherfucker could not get up for work.
No.
He slept the 36-12, I think it is. He would be awake for 36 hours and then he had to sleep for 12. He had to sleep for 12 hours. And there was a procession of that, right? So most of the time it was fine for work, but sometimes that 12 hours was over top of work.
Yeah, it cut into the work schedule.
Yeah, and they would just fire him. And then he'd be like, hey, can I have my job back? And they were like, yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah, you're really good at what you do.
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, we'll hire you until we can find somebody better. And they never found anybody better.
I bet you that was a lot like how he interacted with ladies.
Yeah.
Well, you're really good at what you do, but you're unreliable. I guess I'll take you on until I find somebody better.
And then somebody better never came along.
Anyway, did you know
Did I know what?
that there is an American Football League in Italy?
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, there's an entire American Football League, and they have some rules, like you're only allowed to have like 2 American players and things like that. But there's like a whole season, and it's ranked like soccer or European football.
Yeah.
So like they'll have like a 12-team league, and then the bottom of that league gets bumped down to the next league down, and they'll bring up the top of the league, the top of the bottom league.
Oh, okay.
So there's it's like tiered ranking. So those the league changes all the time, and if you do really bad, you get relegated and relegated, and you get promoted or promoted, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that every year they have a Super Italian Bowl?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
This sounds like something you could get at Fazoli's.
And do you know where it's been played for the last 2 years and will be played in June?
Mama de Saba.
No, Troy. Toledo, Ohio.
Home of the Mud Hens. That's their minor league.
I know because I've seen minor league.
What?
The coach, the manager of the team in minor league, they pulled him from the Toledo Mud Hens.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but for just I think like $40, you can go. I mean, and gas because you can't get to Toledo on 40. I guess you could get Toledo on 40.
You can get Toledo on $40, but you wouldn't have very much fun.
No, I don't think you can have very much fun in Toledo regardless.
Oh no, there's fun to be had. How close are you to the Michigan border?
But you can buy weed in Ohio.
I was alluding to the fact that being close to escaping Ohio, but yeah, I mean, you put it like that.
Did you know that Michigan and Ohio almost fought a war over Toledo?
Really?
Yeah, it's true. They
that was such a hot commodity.
It was. They both sides engaged their militia, and there were shots fired, and I think Congress had to intervene.
And they were like tires for everybody.
Yeah, right. And it ended up being that Michigan ceded their claim to Toledo, and Congress gave Michigan the fucking Upper Peninsula.
Oh, shitting all over. Was that Wisconsin?
Yeah. It was before Wisconsin was a thing. Like there were only like fucking French fur trappers up there still.
I know one of those. What?
Alouette, Jante, Alouette, Alouette, Jante, hooray! But anyway, for $40, you can drive to Toledo, Ohio, and you can watch the Italian Super Bowl.
$40.
$40.
That's a steal.
Yeah, and hopefully their words don't match up with their mouths correctly.
Do they serve eclairs?
I think
Or is that French?
I think that's French. Eclair. No, eclair means it's German. Eclair.
Tiramisu.
Yeah, tiramisu. Eclair means lightning in German. No, that's Blitz. Maybe it is French. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, no. Let's further explore this.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, go ahead. What were you talking about?
Okay. You know, there is an establishment at the corner down the street,
Yeah.
and they've had a bunch of businesses in it, right? They had a pizza place in when we first moved
Oh, yeah. I remember when they did carnival food.
in. Yeah, carnival food.
Yeah.
And then they had Oakton Smoked, which was
Yeah.
apparently they had a whole establishment to make Oakton Smoked salmon.
Salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they had Say Yes Cakes.
Say yes.
Say Yes Cakes.
And a lot of people didn't.
No, actually, they did so well that they moved to a different place.
Oh, so that's a jumping off place or a place you go to die, no
Yeah.
in between.
Right. And now it's like an LED shop they're having, and it says 50% off, 50% off. And
In LED.
in LED, and I see that they're having 50% off, but you know what I don't see?
What's 50% off?
More fucking parking.
There's absolutely no parking.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And a library that's closed from a certain time to a certain time.
Because children can't keep their hands to themselves.
I know, they're just those little ruffians.
Fucking savages.
That's what this town's full of.
Yeah, fucking savages in this town. Another thing that I noticed this week. Do you remember in the 90s when like the Sci-Fi Channel would show Star Wars?
Sci-fi to me has always just been shitty movies.
Okay, well, during the holidays, the Sci-Fi Channel would show all 3 of the original Star Wars movies in the 90s.
Okay.
And they'd show them in letterbox.
Letterbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, so we had these 4:3 aspect ratio TVs.
Yeah.
Then everybody got,
Tube TVs.
then everybody got these 16:9 TVs, right? And you know, you expect to be able to watch your entire surface of your television, except for the 4:3 stuff. And then I downloaded a copy of Constantine, a 4K cut of Constantine. Have you seen Constantine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. And I've got a nice 16:9 television. Guess what? Was fucking letterboxed. What? Why is my 16:9 aspect ratio television still letterboxed?
Because that's where you get the most.
Yeah.
They gotta condense something.
Yeah.
You can't just run around having full screens all willy-nilly.
No, you can't have full screens willy-nilly at all.
No.
And now that with the kids doing their fucking vertical shit on the TikToks.
Oh, and the TikToks? Oh, don't get me started on that.
I won't.
I think I have TikTok on my phone just because I'm not allowed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
What?
Is that still banned?
I don't think so. I think everybody's just on TikTok doing the TikTok dance.
I get notifications and I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at TikTok on occasion, but not very often. Troy, I think all we have left is I might be an asshole.
You might be an asshole.
Yeah.
No, like
Because movies aren't in 69. Thanks, Dustin.
Always gotta be right.
And that makes me an asshole.
See, I think I used to be. I mean, there's times where it comes out,
Yeah.
and it's usually where I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So it's unfounded assholism. Because usually when you're an asshole, you're founded in it, and people are like, ah, that guy's an asshole because he told me the truth.
Yeah.
But I think I'm a part-time asshole.
Yeah. I cannot deal with call center people because I've worked in a call center for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I know their tricks. I know their little tricks. And
You know, the runarounds.
And God damn it, you know what? I'm not for kids. I guess.
You don't want to put a trainee on this call.
No. because I know the stuff. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks. I acknowledge it. And like, so I will fly off the handle of things, right? So we went to
Oakton Smoked.
We did not go to Oakton Smoke because that is fucking gross.
You know what? Smoked salmon? Oh, come on, your cat's like
I
it.
had smoked salmon the other day and made me not eat my tofu. Yeah. I went to what is the place where they make the sushi rolls and they cut them up and the
Sema?
No, it's like Chipotle for
Oh, Fusion.
Yeah, I went to Fusion and I got a big fat sushi roll and it broke and they were like, we're just gonna throw it out. And I'm like, why are you gonna it's a lot of fucking food. Why are you gonna fucking throw it out? Just give me the handful of goddamn food and I'll eat it with a goddamn fork. And I got really angry that they were gonna dispose of all that food. And Christina did this. She went, Jason. And I was like, oh shit. Fuck. God damn it. I'm being an asshole. And so
No, you're not being an asshole. That was a founded situation to be averse in.
Yeah. Like fucking waste.
And let alone what that sushi chopper has seen on the inside.
Oh no, I get a hand cut.
It was like, yeah. Knife.
Right.
Knife, please.
Right. It's like I know it's 1 o'clock. It's like in Spaceballs where the thing comes out of the guy's chest and they go, check please. Spaceballs comment 2 weeks in a row. Oh. Yeah, last week was the air shield.
Are we gonna go for 3 next week?
I guess if it's organic.
You'll have to tune in to find out.
Well, it's 101. And
Yeah.
you guys have sat through us for 31 minutes.
31 minutes. Thank you for joining us this week, and I'm showing my age right now.
You're the Dennis Bird story. Rise and walk.
I can do it. I can do it. You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you, Beelzebub.